Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about my winner of the Film February contest. So if you don't know what Film February was, it was a month-long period where we asked you guys to send in, entire roles of your work to be judged in a competition. So the contest was founded by Andrew and Denae, and it worked on the premise that you would shoot a roll of film, whether that was 120, 35mm, whatever, and you would send that film undeveloped to our partners at Indie Film Lab. Following that, we had almost a dozen different photographers who have YouTube channels talking about film photography and photography, and we each individually chose on one winner to get a prize of our choosing. So if you don't already know about the prize that I chose, or you want to know a little bit more about what the competition was, then I will link the initial video in the description. But essentially it is now April and the contest finished quite a while ago now, and in that time we have been going through literally over 100 rolls of film and individually deciding on our winners. And honestly, it was incredibly difficult to choose just one winner, and because of that I have got a few honourable mentions that I just want to shout out and talk a little bit about the photography that they included and sent in. So before I do speak about who my winner was, I want to just talk about a few different artists who entered the competition, and I'm going to link them all in the description if you do want to check them out. So these first images are by Pablo, and this is my first honourable mention. So Pablo chose to really go down a more architectural route and focus on a lot of simplicity and scale within his work. As an entire roll, it was amazing to look through that kind of coherency and consistency, which I guess is what Film February really was about utilising that whole roll of film. Within the roll that Pablo submitted, there are some absolutely amazing images. So it was an absolute pleasure to kind of look through these really abstract, bold images with some great colours, great use of lighting and shadow. Next up, I want to talk about this roll by Raimundo. And this roll for me really spoke to me from the use of lighting and how airy and idyllic these photos are. They really transported me into this place and made me want to explore and discover the area that Raimundo was presenting. Next up, I want to talk about this roll by Nostalgia, and again, this roll really focuses on light, and for me, when I'm looking at work, lighting, good lighting, interesting lighting is something that really draws me to an image. And there were a few photos on this roll that I just thought were beautiful. The way in which this harsh light was portrayed in such a soft way really captured my eye. And going from something very soft straight into something very dramatic is the work of Jeremy. And Jeremy's work was insanely dramatic. It was, the contrasts were really emphasized by the use of black and white film. And I felt as though the whole role really portrayed kind of like the vastness of the location he was shooting and that kind of loneliness that I felt the images really portrayed. And following on from that, Dragana had this amazing black and white roll which really captured a lot of intimacy, and I think really very different to other black and white rolls that were submitted. It was very soft and it wasn't as dramatic. It was very interesting for me to see how this softness was portrayed. My next honourable mention is a roll from Daniel, and again, the use of lighting is something that really drew me in here. And what I like about this role actually is that as an entire role, it actually depicts a lot of different scenarios. So we've got the, you know, the nighttime shots with the neon lights, and we've got the midday harsh sunlight. And I really liked seeing that contrast between this, I presume, similar area in the day and in the night. And my final honourable mention is this role by Brian. And I actually thought that this was a really clever use of the theme of, you know, shooting an entire role, because what he did very cleverly, and you could say quite subtly, was he photographed something blue in every frame. So there was this, you know, continual theme throughout the role that kind of joined those images together. And I thought that was a really clever use and interpretation of the theme, knowing that, you know, these roles are going to be judged as a whole. But of course, let's speak about my winner. So for me, when I was judging, when I was, you know, looking through these photos and I was thinking about which one I wanted to award my prize to, I was kind of using the criteria of what makes me stop and want to look at it again, or, you know, linger on that photo for a little bit longer. And this role for me, you know, had the most consistent result. I wanted to continue to stop, like each frame, I just wanted to stop and look and understand the story and really, you know, take in the photograph. Again, for me, the lighting in this role is beautiful. Even though a lot of it is quite direct light, it's very soft and there's a beautiful kind of storytelling to these photos. So my winner is Brendan, and I am, in the nature of this contest, going to put up, you know, the whole role now for you guys to see. But I really felt as though these images evoked emotion for me. And, you know, if I had to choose one of these roles that I wish I had shot, this is the one for me. The softness and intentionality of each frame is something that I thought was done beautifully. Something just generally that I loved about this whole contest was that, you know, art is so subjective. So something that I see in an image might be very different to that which someone else sees in an image. And I think that's another reason why it was great to have so many judges. And on that note, the other photographers involved in the contest will be releasing their videos over the next couple of days to announce their winners. I will link Film February in the description alongside, you know, all the photographers featured in this video. But I wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who got involved, and of course to Andrew and Denae, who invited me to come and get stuck in. I hope you enjoyed looking through these selects as much as I enjoyed looking through them. I am going to come out with another video this week. This is just, you know, a quick little video to talk about the winner and some of my favorite photos that I saw throughout the contest. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.